Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Gregory Martin, aka the Super Producer. Here we review movies, TV series, discuss filmmaking tips, and entertainment news. If that's something that sounds interesting to you, please don't forget to smash that like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to ring that bell. It keeps you notified whenever I post a new video, and it also helps the channel grow. And with that being said, let's just jump right into today's review. And today we're reviewing the movie Nocturne. Now this is an Amazon original movie. This is produced by Blumhouse Productions, who are, masters of horror films. And this is just their latest entry into the genre. Now this was a very interesting movie. And I don't know, I will have to do more research, but I felt like this movie was directly inspired by movies like Midsommar and Hereditary, directed by Ari Aster. Like, it felt very similar, or it felt like a cousin of those particular films, where you have these very interesting female characters who get caught up in like this supernatural world that doesn't seem tangible initially, but as you get further into the story, you can see and feel the pull that world is having on these characters. And then on the other hand, the movie felt like a kind of choose your adventure type movie. Maybe that's the wrong way to phrase it, but early on we see the artifact or the MacGuffin in the story, and we see the effects that it has on the characters' actions, where it's really detailing out what the character is supposed to do. And we think the character has this free will, that she is able to make up her own decision. She's able to stray from what is looks pretty preordained in this artifact. But the further we get into, we see that that's really not the case. But at a certain point, I feel like she has two choices. She can either walk away from everything or continue down this path. And even though the first 80 minutes of the film, her path is pretty much set out, I feel like the artifact or the book gives her a way out. Like, she can choose the way out of this scenario, but she consciously chooses this path of destruction, which to me leads the final scene of the film not to make a lot of sense to me. To me, I feel like the final scene or final scenes were really playing with the audience, and I just really didn't appreciate that after watching this film. It just didn't vibe well with me, like it just seemed very odd to make this twist at the end of the film, which didn't really serve any purpose. It felt kind of as if the director wanted this scene in the film, even though it didn't make sense. It's something that he or she could not get away from, and had to add it to the film. And then they shot another ending to make someone happy, or just to cover their ass. I don't know. It just felt like I just felt really cheated. I really felt like, make up your mind. Either she walks off the building and kills herself and doesn't play the concerto, but don't give me a cut scene where we see her, playing the concerto and getting all this applause. Like, it just didn't make it. I just felt really I was just really kind of aggravated by that. And that's just another thing that kind of reminded me of those other films, Midsommar and Hereditary, where I was just kind of like eye rolled at the end of the movie. With that said, I really did enjoy the film. I really found it entertaining. The entire way, I was just rolling with it, even though there were points where I was kind of like annoyed. but that's, here or there. The production was really good. The direction was really good. The acting was really good. This actress, Sydney Sweeney, this was my first introduction to her, and she did a really good job. She's a beautiful and a talented actress that I can see having a long career. Just looking at her from a physical standpoint, she kind of reminds me of a younger Amanda Seyfried. I feel like Amanda hasn't had the career that I assumed she would have had, coming up as a young actress. I feel like that run that Jennifer Lawrence went on, maybe from like 2011, 12 to 2015, 16. I could see something like that happening for Sweeney. She just has a very unique look that I can definitely see in like a lot of dramatic fare. Even some more horror films, romantic comedies. I think she could do the whole gambit of things, but we'll see. She did a really great job in this, and I think she just has a really bright future, along with the director for this film. Like I said, this kind of felt like a Midsummer, Hereditary type vibe for me. So hopefully they are, doing something else that kind of is their own, that they can put their own signature on, because this felt like way too much like those films to me. But I definitely would be interested to checking out what they have in store next, because I think they are talented. They do have a very clear grasp of directing, and they made a really good film, and so they have to be commended for that. Well, that is my review of the movie Nocturne. This was a very interesting watch. I really enjoyed the movie, and I found it very highly entertaining, which I think that's the least we can expect from a movie, and this movie really delivered on that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, enjoyed the review, and found this helpful. If you did, please don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. And as always, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Peace.